Hey Goliath, what's up, bud? I didn't want to admit it, but you discovered me, Baha. I knew it. Got you. Easiest case of my life. On the left-hand side, we got Rook Gaming. We got Kubiko on the Junkrat, Goliath on the Lucio, Satat will be on the Anubrak, Pudgenox on the Dahaka, and Flyus Raven on the Greymane. Over on the right-hand side, we're looking at the 7 rings. We've got Quaker on the Imperius, Crown on the Sylvanas, UNSC on the Muradin, Root Beer Guy on the Brightwing, and Cyrus on the Blaze. We get into mid lane, we check out our level 1s, we get our player vision set up so we can do this, and let's go ahead and see what happens here as we got those level 1s up for all of you at home. Alterac Pass, we're here in the Heroic Division. A little bit of poke out from Junkrat as he is going to be going into the extra wound timers at level 1. Not only does it give you extra time on the frag launcher grenades, but also your last grenade deals 120% extra damage. Kind of use that for good poke right there. Satat just going to be stepping forward. We do have Beetles so far for the Anubrak. A really good talent at level 1 for Anubrak on this map because he's able to basically keep the jailers around the objective phase busy with the Beetles, and Anubrak can get the channel on set objective. So a nice little tactic right there for Alterac Pass. Also, Anubrak overall, I think he's one of the top tanks in our current meta. Muradin, Joanna, Anubrak, Garrosh, I would say, are in the top 4. Diablo definitely as well. He's up there. Yeah, Blaze too. I mean, there's definitely quite a few tanks. It's almost like maybe one day I should make Justing sit down and do some sort of tank tier list, and we can talk about the intricacies of each of these tanks and figure out which is the S tier tank in Heroes of Storm. But regardless, that all aside, let's talk about this NGS matchup in the Heroic Division with Flyus Raven grabbing the camp on the left-hand side, and we'll see Crown on the right grabbing this camp. I actually learned, I think it was actually Justing who told me that this person's name was Crown. I went to go pronounce it like my best, and he's like, by the way, now that you've already tried to pronounce it, it's supposed to look like a crown, and there you go. That day I learned. Thank God, because otherwise I would have just tried to make some sort of random noise for this name every single time, as our first objective won't be far off from announcement, but first, we gotta clear out this mid lane. You like when people call him Crown? It's funny. That's what Justing told me. Justing told me that's what his name is. I don't think Justing would ever steer me wrong. Justing would never troll. I may have a tank suggestion. You can suggest whatever you want, but you're incorrect, John. No, I mean, I've said Crown, Avi. Oh, it is. Okay, it is. Okay. Flyest Raven gets chunked a little bit, but able to back away in Worgen form. Does have that armor, and we'll see the fort front gate take a bit of damage. Almost the 2 towers going down. Another Lord of the Rings reference for you all. And Pudgenox just going to continue to soak up in top lane. Did go into the tissue regeneration, so more of a tanky boy. Be able to have more sustain. Oh, Pudgenox kind of walks into a couple enemies, but it's just going to be some poke coming out from Sylvanas, chunking him by a bit. Objective phase is announced. The camps on the left and the right-hand side should be back up in just a second, but it seems like the priority from the side of Rook Gaming will be for the objective. Oh, it's more funny when... sorry. I misunderstood. That's my bad. Reading Twitch chat is very hard. Pudgenox does have the Lurker Strain at level 4, so it's got a lot of control. But speaking of control, that's a great drag onto the Sylvanas, who gets the face shift from Brightwing. And we almost see a displacement from the Junkrat. But it doesn't come through, and this is just going to be continued sustain around the objective phase in favor of Rook Gaming. 7 rings are going to try and land a jet propulsion, but won't be able to connect, as that was a great burrow out from Satat. We do have a couple of the members of 7 rings to get the channel, and that'll be 3.6 seconds left on the channel time for the members of Rook Gaming. Someone can pronounce his name, they become the Lord of the Desired Ring. We just need a linguist in the channel. Someone who understands phonetics very, very well. Imperious able to just sidestep some of the incoming CC. Trying to poke out onto Goliath, but it's not going to work out. Phase Shift from Brightwing will be just too late, and that'll be another kill over to the side of Rook Gaming, as well as the first objective phase going into top, middle, and bottom. Speaking of middle, we are going to be seeing that null pack pushing in against the side of Seven Rings. But that null pack from the members of Rook Gaming is very low. They're going to try and get some sort of value out of this, but I don't think that will be had. I think one null might remain, unless that's a Reaver. I think it's, honestly, it's a null. All right, well, either way. The only reason we know it was a null is because there's the reduced armor onto the structure. But the Reaver minions in the null pack look very similar. They're just like slightly different in model size. I think their weapons are different, actually, now that I think about it. Anyways, that all aside, let's continue talking about objective phase number 1 that's pushing in through mid lane. Celestial Charge from the Imperious will be connecting onto Fly's Raven. A fantastic sound wave from Goliath to knock back the jet propulsion and any sort of incoming advancement from the members of Seven Rings. That was just a very good read. Not easy to do, very difficult to execute, as well as a nice Storm Bolt. Oh, I thought the Storm Bolt connected there for a second, but no, it's not going to be the case. No 10 talent here for either side, as well as we go ahead and cycle through the other numbers and wait for that 10 talent here to pop up at the top of the screen while we have Goliath still pushing around the enemy team quite literally. Storm Bolt will connect onto the Junkrat. Celestial Charge won't connect, but we still have Crown chasing in. Concussion Mine splits up the fight. The boss is going to be triggered. Oh, actually, no, it's just respawning. Either way, Celestial Charge goes in. The Junkrat lives. Crown on the right-hand side. The Sylvanas is getting very low. Greymane wants to go in, but he's a crab. He's not low. He's not a crab anymore, as he is going to be ending that polymorph. Goliath is getting low. This is such a big, sustained fight. No one falling on either side, but in the end, it'll be a kill to the side of Rook Gaming, finding that kill into Sylvanas. What's up, Melville? We're talking about the pronunciation of Crown, who is the Sylvanas, which is going to be this name right here. Hey, Jimmy. Thanks for the lurk and welcome back. How's your day going? So Pudgenox back in the top lane. I gotta be honest, that fight was absolutely wild that nobody fell right there. Goliath was so on point with the healing and just the reverse amp and actually the amp it up as well. Really well played. Muradin is stepping in. We do have quite literal step in. He goes in with the Avatar. He's going to get knocked out by the Concussion Mine from the Junkrat. Nubrek will fall trying to get the boss and does succeed in doing that. But what else? Will the members of Seven Rings be able to get the phase shift comes through onto Crown, almost getting the kill with the Junkrat. If the phase shift was just a few seconds later, that would have definitely been the kill. Or if the Junkrat was a little bit faster. Regardless, it's going to be Imperious going down. We do have Greymane chasing on to the Muradin. Muradin, is he going to be able to get away? There's the Worgen to human form roll. And that auto attack will solidify the kill. Brightwing does go down. Crown is going to try and find a counter kill into Goliath, but can't do it before the Haunting Wave needs to be triggered. Cyrus able to get the jet propulsion away with the last little bit of mana available. Tapping well as this bottom lane keep front gate is starting to fall. Boss dropping just to about 50% as the Sylvanas. Oh my god, the read from Junkrat. I missed it a little bit at the top of the screen, but Junkrat with the insane read with the last frag launcher grenade to snipe the position of where Crown was going to end up with that Haunting Wave. Celestial Charge goes in. Quaker trying to make some plays here. Avoids the Concussion Mine, but has to avoid the stomp of the boss and still goes down to the advancing, pressing, just siege from the side of Rook Gaming. Muradin, Dwarf tosses. He's got that Dwarf block from level 1, so he's going to be using the Dwarf launch quite often just to be able to get those stacks up as this bottom lane keep goes down. And meanwhile, remember what I talked about in the beginning of the game with that Anub'arak? Well, he's currently grabbing the objective phase all by himself while the rest of his team continues to just hold bottom lane, getting a keep. This is not easy to do, and they're doing it quite well on the side of the Rook Gaming. Like, Seven Rings just look like they can't find a health bar to take down. It's almost like their own are just the only thing that are falling here. Fly's Raven seems like they fall so low every single time, but never actually falling completely. Pudgenox actually going to just burrow over to this engagement because we do have Imperious trying to put the pressure onto the Anub'arak. Dahaka coming in. He'll have a drag right here. Celestial Charge to get away. Very well played from Imperious. Who hit the Rook turbo button? For real, John, for real. That is It's been quite crazy, like the pressure that this team can apply consistently without being punished too hard. And they do have a lot of like punitive measures on the side of Seven Rings. Stormbolt, Celestial Charge, Jet Propulsion. You've got Thunderclap from the Murden as well to reduce the auto attacks from the Greymane, but none of this seems to be working at this time, and it's just constant press in from the side of Rook Gaming as they have a 3-level lead, nearing 16 talent tier. Could be achieved in our siege through this objective phase. Second one of the game, 9 minutes in, we're threatening a second keep. Top lane keep will be safe for now. Dahaka and the Lucio to rotate over. Another just CC to stop any sort of pressure coming out from the side of Seven Rings from the Nubrak that time. There's a Riptire that should solidify the kill onto the Murden. He will be falling. Bunker down from the Blaze. He gets the Jet Propulsion. Cyrus a little bit low here. Greymane gets turned into a crab again. Flyest Raven chasing on. And that'll be the kill into the Blaze. A double kill to the side of Rook Gaming as the core. Drektar's getting low. Satat is extremely low. Wailing arrow from Sylvanas. Amazing double Celestial Charge. Greymane trying to take down Crown. Pudgenox pops the Essence. Gets turned into a squirrel. Phase shift from Brightwing. And it seems like Greymane pushes up the wave, but he's not going to be able to end the game. The other thing to note, you might be new to Alterac Pass, so we have Crown chasing very deep. Is that Alterac Pass, when the boss is unthreatened after a few seconds and it returns to the center, it will regain its HP. The other thing to note, though, is Drekthar or Storm Mimic Stormface on the left-hand side do have physical and spell armor per keep available, and I'll show you that stat in a second here. I wanted to see if we have a fight continuing to break out, because Crown goes in with the Haunting Wave. Look at Quaker on the left-hand side of our screen going in for maybe a Celestial Charge, but it won't connect onto the onto the Junkrat, different Overwatch hero. And Quaker wants this kill. Phase shift from Brightwing does come through, but there's a zoning steel trap on the ground. Now, talking about Drekthar, you can see him right here. We can bring up his stats. He's got spell and physical armor from the singular keep available. We can also see the stat is available at the top of our screen. Thank you to Aliobs who added in that little kind of note on the health bar. That really is kind of nice to signify, like, oh, I mean, and we can always look at the minimap. It's not that hard, but it's just nice to see. Look at the top of the screen. Boom, done. You know kind of where the structures sit on the side of the Seven Rings. And so we get into our third objective phase popping up here. We do have a boss available on top, and that's going to be started by the Junkrat. Boss and bottom lane up in 5 seconds. Alrighty. 16 talent here. Not achieved yet, but they're going for this on the side of Seven Rings. I'm just looking at their vision really quickly. They know that there's a lot of enemy members of Rook Gaming around. Steel Trap connects onto the Murden, not threatened beyond that. Meanwhile, Dahaka doing Dahaka things, and he'll get a few seconds of channel time. He's gonna try. Oh, my apologies, everyone. Brightwing finds the kill into Nubrak. I was looking at the 1v1 over here. I wanted to see how things would go between Quaker and Pudge. Pudge was actually able to delay things out for like 20 or so seconds. Yeah, about 20 seconds of channel time was achieved right there. 30 more to go. There's going to be a nice collapse onto the Junkrat, but Lucio comes through with the high five. With the Nubrak dead for 25 seconds, they're going for it. They want it on the side of Seven Rings. Will they be able to grab this Jungle Grave Golem Defender? That is the name of it. That is the name of it. Alrighty. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, phase shift from Brightwing will go out onto Quaker as the objective phase is being channeled again. We have got 19 seconds left on said channel time, but it seems like that'll be stopped since heroic channels do pause while the channel is actually happening. The jailers only getting the stall when the full channel happens. And this boss is going to be poked at. Seems like they just want to whittle this down a little bit, and the big thing is not giving over this objective to the side of Seven Rings. We also will see a null pack on the top left of our screen being grabbed by Flyest Raven and Satat. And a boss to be started in bottom lane. Is this too much? Is this way too much from the kind of Seven Rings? The objective's already been counter channel. Okay, they give up the boss play. Reaver minions have arrived in bottom lane, and these do tank a lot of really good damage, as you can see right now. And range minions deal a lot of damage into structures, so you can actually see Direkthar's health shredding quite quickly. Speaking of things getting shredded, the top lane fort does go down. A lot of hover around this objective phase. 18 seconds left on said channel time as bottom lane's already been cleared out. Satat doing a fantastic job of anchoring so that Goliath can get the channel, and this is a fight to break out. Flyas Raven very low. The cocoon to save Flyas Raven. Muradin was looking quite low. Crown is going to be able to break through said cocoon. Channel stopped at 7.7 seconds. Alrighty, a little bit of frag launcher grenades coming out as well to delay out this objective phase channel potential. Flyas Raven gonna be getting cleansed from this celestial charge. The channel does come through. We have a wailing arrow out from Crown as well. Big cleanse from Root Beer guy. Soothing Mist will be able to make sure that no incoming CC is gonna be played off of, but here comes the Anubrak with the burrow charge in, and we do have those 20s on the side of our blue team. Rook Gaming taking advantage of just this massive momentum shift when it comes to talent. Sylvanas can try and find the kill into Goliath, but it's not going to work out. He high fives. He mixes that fire. That's going to be a solid pentakill. They don't need objective, and they're not going to go for it. Looks like Goliath will get the channel, but it doesn't matter. We have Flyas Raven already going to core, Nubrak, Junkrat to do the same, and this is just Pudge Knox. This is just they're getting style points here, as my quick match teammates said yesterday when we wiped the enemy team. We had 60 seconds to end on a core that was already at 50%, and they were like, "Let's get a boss," and I'm like, "What?" Just end the game, and they said style points. Regardless, the game goes over to the side of Rook Gaming. Map 1 in our first best of 3, over to them. Drekthar will fall. Oh, good stuff. What is this transition music? It's Here's the Storm. It's the Here's the Storm original soundtrack. Maltheo has a cowbell? What? Huh? Oh, chat, I'm too tired today. Just too tired today. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I really wish I knew the answer. There's some talents if you want them. Have you ever had jerk chicken? How you doing, mama? I don't know, honestly. I want to say yes, but I really can't recall, so I'd probably say yes, I've had it, but I really can't remember, honestly. It sounds appealing, like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. Jerk chicken sounds delicious. Alright, let's see. Do the teams swap sides? Do the teams swap sides? Let's just check our favorite thing on Earth. I've exhausted myself. My family's coming tomorrow, and I've just been like cleaning and getting everything prepped. So I'm just absolutely burning the candle at every end. Alrighty, teams did not swap sides, thankfully. Thanks for the follow. You had jerk pork today, and it's even better. That sounds delicious. I love pork. Was it like a pulled pork sandwich sort of deal? Oh, it looks like it comes in like small bits. Forgot to swap sides to make cash drop help. What are you doing, dude? You're falling behind. Jamaican jerk pork recipe. This is what we do in our stream. Middle of a best of 3 series, we just start talking about some random food. I just want to see if it's like shredded or anything like that. Oh, it's you cut it into cubes and you cook it on a skewer. A skewer. Jerk pork sounds like a euphemism. Only if you want it to be. Calm down. It's full pieces of pork. Okay. It's really delicious. It's really it looks really delicious. All right, let's get into another game, everybody. We are here on Curse Hollow.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, into another map in our heroic division in the Nexus Gaming series. On the left-hand side, we have Rook Gaming. We got Cubico on the Zarya, Goliath on the Lucio, Pudgenox on the Dahaka, Satat on the Anubrek, and Flyas Raven on the Vala. Pretty similar draft, couple changes. Over on the right-hand side, we got 7 Rings trying to take us to a map number 3 through Curse Hollow. We got Quaker on the Greymane, UNSC on the ETC, Crown on the Li Ming, Cyrus on the Rexar, and Root Beer Guy on the Brightwing.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Alrighty. Mexico eat every part of the cow in a taco. Oh yeah, I mean, lingua's very, very tasty. It's not for me, but it's very, very tasty. It's I'm not like I prefer like El Pastor. Like if I'm gonna get tacos, like oh that's my favorite right there. Big phase shift in from Brightwing as well as a Soothing Mist to be used. And it seems like right now we have a little bit of a rundown in bottom lane, but nothing actually achieved outside of a little bit of the damage onto a tower. Vala will go multi-shot. She did take a little bit to pick up this talent. Oof, power slide in from ETC. Not finding the stun. A little awkward, but it's not going to be anything that's actually worrisome to the ETC. As we have top lane, Pudgenox just going to be getting pushed around. Oh, the spray as they walk away. It doesn't really matter. What about head tacos? I never have head tacos. I don't know what that is. I do not know. I just know what I can get up here in my town. If you're talking about like brain, I'd have to ask my parents because they've had brain. Because that's what you do in communism. You just eat all the cow. Camp on the left-hand side to be grabbed as well as on the right from Quaker and Root Beer Guy. We do have Li Ming already grabbing the Siege Giants for bottom lane. This will time out fairly nicely with the first objective phase. You do want to get these kind of early if you're in the opposing side lane. So when I say opposing side lane, right now, the opposing side for the first objective is on the 7 ring side, so first objective being in this top center, as we can see on the minimap, grabbing this camp and then having it go into bottom lane. You want to grab it not too early, not too late. It's like anything. There's a nice dance in between. The big thing is you want it to be able to rotate into lane, so that way it can get that counter siege, or excuse me, you can get some siege during the objective phase. You cap it too early, it gets into lane too early, and it's cleared out. You cap it too late, and the fight around the objective, it happens, the team gets the channel, and then the camp is still just barely even into lane. So there's a little bit of a dance with this, and we're going to watch when Root Beer Guy grabs this, because I'm sure these teams have a better understanding, because I honestly don't know the best time. Like, on Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines, I can tell you when to get the Fallen Shaman camp. Those make sense to me. This one, okay, so it looks like it's right at the 230 is when they grab it. And we'll see when this actually times out getting into the bottom lane. We'll keep an eye on that in the minimap. But right now there's going to be a fight on the left-hand side, or actually more so in the center of our screen. And the Zarya is able to back away. ETC goes in with a big power slide, but he has no follow-up damage. Quaker not able to step up just yet. And so let's see here. We have 10 seconds, and the Siege Giants are just getting into lane. Pretty good timing. I guess you could wait a few more seconds, but realistically, we're just we're nitpicking at that point, as this is going to be our objective phase up and available. Pudgenox is going to be taking a couple tower shots, but is able to back away. Hey, Dax, what's up, bud? They're just made from the meat of the head? Oh, okay. Not brain. Brain is... okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was maybe, head tacos or the brain tacos. I don't know. I don't have a degree in these things. I went to school to learn about building and construction. No trolling. You're doing so well. You're doing great, honey. You're doing great. I don't know why. That's just how I read it. Anyways, the first objective phase is still up. We do have the Gray main and the Anubrak in bottom lane. Anubrak is clearing out those siege giants that find a whittle bit of damage. See what I did there? Like whittle, little. They whittled on the... All right, I'm done. Cyrus tries to go for the channel, as this is just going to be the ETC face melt to knock back people. Today's going to be a weird day of casting. I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling like it's going to be just a weird day of off-topic casting constantly. First objective phase, though, still going 4 minutes in, as this is the Siege Giant camp from the side of Rook Gaming, going to be slowly making their way towards the fort front gate. Li Ming trying to find a combo out onto the bush, and does manage to make the magic missiles land onto said last Siege Giant. More magic missiles just poking out into the bush. ETC gonna step in. There's gonna be a Nubrak with an Impale as well. Goliath amping things up. There's a power slide in from ETC. And Greymane still soaking out in mid lane. We have Dahaka down in bottom lane. This objective phase is just being delayed out. That's great for Dahaka. It seems like Greymane wants to make a play off of this. It'll be 5v4, power slide in from the ETC. Greymane goes in, Polymorph lands, and that'll be Lucio going down. First blood to the members of 7 Rings, turning things around at the start of this map number 2. Stick to your day job, Baha. Oh, wait. Yes, this is my day job. Got him. Power slide in from the ETC will land onto the... I'm sorry. How? Wait, what? I was expecting that to be a kill onto the Vala, not a kill onto Li Ming, but either way. I really thought the Zarya was dead. Like, that was the death thingy that I thought I saw. But no, I look over, I'm like, that's a Li Ming death, I guess. Hacks? Oh, clip it, send it to the NGS mods, Dax. I went to taco school. See, Dax? I never had this education. I just learned a lot about snowboarding. That's mostly what I did. Alrighty, so our second objective phase is up, favoring onto the side of 7 Rings, and my apologies, I realize now that we have the 10 talent tiers already up and coming through for both teams. Let's go ahead and cycle through those other numbers. If anyone is interested in taking a look at the damage healing experience from both these sides, Zarya kind of in position. Greymane's working on the camp. You can kind of tell from just looking at the minimap the way that his model is kind of working around and kind of stutter stepping or auto attacking, or A moving, excuse me. There's a bits for you if you can side food pun into a play-by-play. All right, I'll do my best. ETC will land a mosh, but that is going to just be no mosh being had by the cow as he is... Oh, actually, no, that's Greymane going down. And ETC, he's going to be trying to back away, going to get killed, and that will be the Li Ming also cocooned, and the expectation is that she will fall as well. Grab, and yeah, she's gone. Oh, poor bear. They chase down the bear, and they're gonna go make a rug with that. Just make sure it's a corn tortilla. Flour is yucky yuck for taco. I like both, I'll be honest, I like both. I like flour for some things, and I like corn for others. I like corn for like the little tacos, like the street tacos and stuff. But if I get like a massive burrito, I definitely like flour. Anyways, big expulsion zone is gonna lock a lot of people up against the wall, and it seems like, yes, that is gonna be a dead ETC as well as Misha going down. There's your Buffalo Brightwing wing. Your Buffalo Brightwing wings, there you go, she was dead as well. I feel like, because I want to say like, oh, the cow got cooked, but that's so surface, that's so boring. We do have an Impale. ISO, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Anubrak, oh, that's not going to work out for him. He will be falling here. Li Ming is going to try and make the big plays. Greymane goes in for the throw, but he is going to get shut down. Li Ming will fall as well. And that is a double kill to the side of Rook Gaming. And I got to be honest, it is insane the way that this is being played 8 minutes in. Call him some ground beef. Yeah, there you go. You know what? I will say this. I've never had a tostada. Not because like I've tried to avoid it. It's just one of those things that I just like I've never, like if I've gone to get food, it's just never been like, oh yes, I'll get that. Because usually it's just like, let's get a burrito or tacos. Like I need to just put that on the list and do that one day. Sorry. I've already eaten lunch. We're already off topic on tacos. That's where we're at today, and I'm not gonna fight it. Alrighty, so we do have the boss in bottom lane to go over to the side of Rook Gaming. ETC, he's gonna be scouting out for his team. Gonna make sure that he just also kind of rotates back towards a friendly spot on the map. That is gonna be an Impale connecting, getting the dismount. Little face melt from ETC as well. He does have the Encore from level 13. That's why you saw that speaker drop on the ground. But keep in mind, that's going to give him a 6-second cooldown on his heroic. So if he hits the same hero with the face melt and the little boombox, that's 12 seconds off of his heroic. But either way, it's off cooldown. ETC, he's going to try and make the dance party happen. It's going to get interrupted by the Vala. And there's your ground beef, ladies and gentlemen, as there's a cocoon onto Rexar. Will he be able to back away? And Nubrak goes in for the burrow. Won't be able to land onto anyone, but there's a wonderful rain of vengeance from the Vala. That's going to be Rexar going down. Li Ming to fall as well. And it is just constant kills from the side of Rook Gaming as they advance through bottom lane with a boss sitting just below 50%. And let's not forget, we got Dahaka, who is able to brush talk over to the objective and grab that curse and favor for the side of our blue team. Do you have any Greymane Poupon? Dahaka must think ETC is finger looking good. That was good. That was very, very good. I like that. That was actually very, very good. So everyone up on the side of 7 rings. Boss is still advancing. The bottom lane keep has fallen. We have a 2-level, maybe even a 3-level lead, dare I say, to the side of Rook Gaming, who are going to go for a second keep. Doesn't look like they want to end the game here. Maybe they don't think they can end the game with so many enemies up and available. ETC starting to make some, starting to gap here a little bit. He's going to go for a mosh. He drops it. Big dance party. Wave of force from Li Ming. Actually a little anti-synergistic, but I think things are still working out. Oh no. No, ETC, he's going to go down. He's going to be blasted by the heat wave of Zarya's beam. Greymane going to try and back away. Root Beer guy comes in with the blink heals. Another blink heal over to Li Ming. And this is going to be a triple keep from the side of Rook Gaming. And I don't know if they even really need the triple keep. I think they could have gone core with that double kill they just found. Granted, it wasn't to just the ETC and Misha. Dahaka, burrows. Looking for another drag. Will he be able to land on anyone? No. Dahaka still going in. Isolation will go out onto Misha. She's unsure of where to go. She might barrel into someone's garage door and break it to steal all of their garbage. That's never happened to me. ETC goes in with another power slide. He will have his mosh pit back and available, but the core shielding is already falling. Drops the mosh pit onto a Nubrak. Dance party to happen. Interrupted, I do believe. The core still falling. Flies Raven running away from Greymane. Gets the high five from Lucio. And this is looking like it is the inevitable end for this core, as this will be 7 rings going down in map number 2. Rook Gaming takes the series 2-0. ISO.
I did something today.
Bits for puns.
I did something today.
Bits for